Hey guys, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new law of attraction manifestation sort of video, and this is how to alter anything in your reality. And we're going to talk about like the key things that are in, most people's lives that we're dealing with, and how to alter these things and change them to reflect something that you actually want. Because sometimes we have relationships in our life that aren't reflecting what we want, or sometimes we have a job where the people that we work with or the certain job that we have isn't reflecting what we want. And then, also in our love lives, in other things that we're trying to manifest isn't reflecting what we want. Maybe our bank account isn't reflecting what we want. A lot of us seem to struggle with all of these types of things in our lives, at least one or two of them, or a mix of all of them. So we're going to be talking today about how to alter these things in your reality, how it works, how the law of attraction works, if it's not currently working for you, how to fix that, all of these types of things, and how to alter and change these important things in your life that you might be wanting to change. So without further ado, if you guys are interested in watching this video, then let's get started in it, starting now. So everything in your reality works based on perspective. Whatever you believe your reality to be, that is what will pop up and show up in your life. Though sometimes, we're like, oh, I believe that my reality can be this way, but it's not reflecting like that, all this kind of jazz. This is because there is subconscious limiting beliefs that you may have, or you're living life based on past experiences. So if you're living life based on, okay, well, this certain person always acts this way to me, therefore it's going to continue that way. Or, my job, I always feel a certain way when I go there, therefore every time I go there, that's what you're going to get, that's what you're going to see. Maybe you have patterns in relationships that keep popping up. Maybe you have patterns in money that keep popping up because you believe that, every time I look at my bank account, it's lower than it should be. It's lower than what I expected. It's always a shock. Maybe there's these types of feelings that we always have, and we're living based on past experience. And when we're stuck in this, we keep creating based on our past. Because if our mind says that we've experienced this before, sometimes, we get stuck in a pattern of believing that reality is going to keep reflecting this way because of our past. And so we keep accidentally recreating our past because we believe in these patterns, or we have these limiting beliefs, and then we shell ourselves into that, and we mold our personality, which creates our personal reality. Your personality will create your personal reality. And my favorite book that talks about this is a book by Dr. Joe Dispenza called Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. And it is one of the first books that I ever listened to on Audible, which I have to give a huge thank you to Audible for sponsoring today's video. I love Audible. I love using them, and they're also having some specials right now that are really amazing. So if you guys are interested in trying Audible, I highly recommend it. They are an amazing company where you can listen to audiobooks whenever you want, whenever it's convenient for you, whether you're at the gym, whether you're cooking dinner, whether you're driving to work, you can listen to audiobooks, and you guys can learn new things that you guys are wanting to learn. I get a lot of questions on my channel about the books that I read, and a lot of them are on Audible that I listen to because I find it easier because I can multitask during them. I can have my headphones in while I'm at the gym listening to an audiobook, or while I'm, again, like cooking dinner or cleaning my house. It is so convenient. Super convenient even for the new year. If you guys are wanting to inspire yourselves, make a change in your life, Audible is the perfect place to start for that. Also, to help motivate you guys, Audible is hosting a challenge right now for new and current members that if you finish 3 audiobooks by March 3rd, you'll get a $20 Amazon credit. It's super simple. Audible keeps, track for you so that you don't need to jot it down. You don't need to submit anything. Audible will keep track of this for you, and by March 3rd, if you guys finish 3 audiobooks, again, you get a $20 Amazon credit. And as an Audible member, you can also choose between 3 titles each month. You can choose between 1 audiobook of your choice and 2 Audible originals, which is a really good deal. So if you guys are interested, you can definitely sign up for Audible with a 30-day free trial. You can get 1 audiobook of your choice plus 2 Audible originals if you guys head to audible.com/gemgoddess, or if you text Gem Goddess to 500-500. So again, if you guys are interested, definitely head to audible.com/gemgoddess, GEMGODDESS, or text Gem Goddess to 500-500. It's also really awesome because you guys can actually download the book to your phone as well. And for me, I really like listening to these books while I'm on the airplane because sometimes I don't know what to do and I want to be productive. There's lots of times I want to be productive, or I'm editing a video and I'll have this on in the background where I can be learning new content, learning new things, and it really helps expand my awareness and expand my personal consciousness. So I really love Audible. And again, if you guys want to try it, definitely go check it out. And thank you to Audible again for sponsoring today's video. So if you guys are interested in altering your reality, one of the main things that I want to point out is that every single opportunity that you ever want in your life, anything that you're wanting to create, the opportunities are actually around you constantly. And one way to kind of describe this is basically changing your perspective can change your reality. If you choose to focus on something new, something different, you change your belief system and your belief structures, which then changes that perspective, you will have a different reality reflecting back to you, because there's every opportunity right in front of us, and we know this in quantum physics. Basically, there's any opportunity in front of us. Every single opportunity that we could ever desire, any experience that we could want to have, every single potential is there every second of every day, but it's depending on what you choose to focus on and where you put your energy, and that will decide how your reality molds in front of you. For example, if you are really attracted to a certain car, you might notice driving on the street, you start to see that car very often, and before you were like, oh, I never saw that car before ever, it just never came to my attention, and then all of a sudden you learn about a new car and you start seeing it everywhere on the road. So this is one of the examples that show maybe the car was there this whole time, but because of the fact that you weren't aware of it, it wasn't even in your conscious mind, therefore driving around, you're not aware of it in your perspective. You're not noticing it in your personal reality. But then once you become aware of something, you then see it very often. So if you can become aware of the perfect work environment for you at your current job, if you can become aware of that, it will integrate and start to mold into your personal reality. There can be two different people at the exact same job. One person has an amazing experience and one person has a crappy experience. It all depends on your personal reality perspective. It doesn't mean that, even if you have a job that you don't like and you're in a transition phase, it doesn't mean you can't enjoy the job while you're there. You can still actually change that perspective to enjoying your work environment, even if it's something that you don't want to do for a long time. You can change this whether you're at school or at work. And you can also, sorry, my phone went off. I just want to mention that was that crazy little noise if you guys heard it in the microphone. But so basically, based on your perspective, you can change your personal experience. And why not have the perfect experience everywhere you go? Even if it is a temporary job, have the best experience that you can have. Why not, right? It makes you happier as a human being. Your day gets better, your life gets better. Also noticing and realizing that the perfect relationship can exist for you will make you more in alignment with those people, and you'll start to notice those people around you, because those people that can be your soulmate, that can be that perfect relationship for you, are probably surrounding you every day, walking by you on the street, maybe at your job, maybe at the school that you go to. They're constantly around you, but the fact that you might be focused, or you have a limiting belief that says, I'm not worthy, or maybe the perfect person doesn't exist for me, or maybe they do, but I won't ever find them. It'll be so difficult to even find this person. Maybe they exist halfway across the world and I don't know about them yet. If you have these limiting beliefs, then that's what will reflect into your reality, and you'll notice that you somehow never seem to stumble across a great person or a great relationship that matches you personally. These relationships exist around you all the time, though. The perfect friend, the perfect partner, the perfect anything that you're desiring, the perfect opportunity to get that job that you do want, the perfect opportunity to get the raise or bonus that you want in your current job, whatever you're desiring, the ways and means of how to get from point A to point B of what you're trying to manifest, these opportunities exist around you all the time. The people that you want in your life exist around you all of the time. But it depends on your personal perspective that changes this reality. And I do get a lot of questions about people that, might not get along with some of their family members, for example. And in the book that I mentioned earlier, in Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza, he does actually talk about personal relationships and how you can actually change your personal perspective to change your personal reality, and to change your personality that changes the personal reality as well. So if you have a current perspective and a current way of viewing someone else that's in your life, whether this is a friend, a family member, anyone else that might be in your life, maybe a coworker, a boss. If you have a current perspective of this person based on past experience, you will notice that this keeps replaying unless you change your view of them in this moment. All of us are, most of us are recreating our past because we seem to have certain expectations based on past experience. If you have a certain perspective based on a past experience, then you'll notice that that will keep reflecting for you. So if you have maybe a bad relationship with one of your siblings or one of your family members because of a past experience, maybe they always treat you a certain way. If you then always have this feeling of like, oh, I don't want to deal with this person because they're going to just treat me this way, they're going to view me this way, they see me as still a young person, they see me as naive, they see me as stupid, we always argue for some reason, there's always a tension between us, you will notice that that will keep reflecting unless you then change your perspective of them. So if you decide to stop living in the past and then you open up the potential of this person can be different, and I'm going to start viewing them as different, whether or not they view me as different yet. If you start viewing them as different, you're going to break the chain cycle that keeps repeating the same reality to you. You will break the cycle of them always viewing you a certain way. And again, this can take some time because, lots of people will then, still look at us a certain way until we really step into this new self. And so immediately when you change your perspective, you will then break the cycle and those chains again, but you have to stick to it because this person that's in your life still may view you as the old self, and you need to continue being the new self until that integrates into also their personal reality. Because of course, they're also viewing you in a certain way as well. And this does change as long as you change and as long as you stick to this new change. And you don't fall back into the same patterns and molds based on how this person is still treating you, because they still might treat you as the old self, but as long as you continue to view yourself as the new self and view them as the potential unlimited spiritual being that they are, and you view them as, they have this potential to be better, and you start to point out the good in them, at least to yourself, and you start to view them as good, you will notice that this will begin to change. And your personal relationship with this person will begin to alter and shift and change. And this goes with anything in your life. This can go with patterns in relationships that you have. This can go with family members and patterns that you have with them. Changing your perspective will alter the reality. Because basically, if you keep, again, living in the past, and I do want to repeat this, if you keep expecting the same interactions or the same reactions based on the past, you will then continue to recreate that. Whatever you focus on, whatever you bring attention to, whatever you expect, whatever your belief systems are and your belief structures, that will be what reflects. And so if you change your perspective of these people, of these situations, of yourself, you will then begin to change and alter all of your reality outside of you. And so this also goes, if you're wanting to have a better experience, if you're wanting to manifest something into your life, if you view your income as something different, if you, stop expecting to see your bank account in a certain way, if you stop expecting this and you open up to the potential, if you open up the quantum field in front of you of unlimited potential, you'll realize that anything is possible. And in the realization that anything is possible, you'll actually begin to change, again, your personal reality. Somehow, you'll notice that more and more money is in your bank account, and you don't know even how. Maybe you're going to get a check in the mail that you weren't even expecting. Maybe you're going to get a pay raise at your current job. Maybe you're going to get a new opportunity, a side opportunity to make some more money, or you'll step towards your dream job where you're then making more money, and you'll come across ideas and opportunities that you didn't see before, that you wouldn't have even noticed or taken before because you were stuck in the personal reality that is not going to happen to you and that your money and cash flow is always low. If you change this and you just start to tell yourself, I believe that there can be something different. I believe that I don't have to be stuck in this cycle. If you change these belief systems to something new, something new will then start to reflect to you in your personal reality, and you'll start to prove yourself differently. Because again, your reality will reflect back to you whatever you currently believe. Therefore, we get stuck because, seeing is believing. A lot of us feel like when we see something, we believe it. But the thing is, you might have already had this ingrained belief system from your parents or from a certain experience that you've had in the past, and then you ingrain it to you that this is now who I am, and you identify with the self that says, I don't make enough money, I never can find my soulmate, it'll be almost impossible to find my soulmate, I'm always stuck with people that treat me this way, because maybe you believe that, lots of people will always be interested in somebody else, or, will always reflect to you a certain thing because maybe you don't have enough self-worth for yourself yet, or, there can be a multitude of options, but whatever your beliefs are, that will continue to reflect and then prove that to you. And then again, seeing is believing, and we get ingrained, and we truly start to mold ourselves permanently into this self that then experiences the same thing over and over again. And maybe, randomly we'll get a few things that are like, oh my God, that's kind of exciting. Allow these things to help you pull out of your current cycle. Allow yourself to believe in the potential of anything. Allow yourself to believe in the potential of what you actually desire, and believe that that can be true for you. And as you start to switch this, you'll notice small little things begin to prove that to you, as long as you're doing it. And as long as you're fully ingraining the belief system of this can happen, as long as you change that perspective, you will then begin to notice and see those different cars on the road. You'll begin to notice and see these different opportunities. Just as you see the certain cars on the road that you're like, oh, I've never seen this car before, but now I'm seeing 10 of them in a day. This is the same way that everything in reality works. If you change your perspective on love and relationships, you'll notice different opportunities in front of you and different people. If you change your views and perspectives on friends, you'll notice different ones start entering your life, and ones that actually reflect the new you. This goes with, interactions with your family members. If you begin to open yourself up to the possibility that it doesn't have to repeat the same cycle, and you start to treat yourself differently and treat other people differently, see yourself differently and see other people differently, they will also change and begin to reflect that new perspective that you now have on reality. This goes for your job. This goes for your money. This goes for the things that you're wanting to manifest into your life. Your mind and your perspective make you see a certain reality, although unlimited potentials and unlimited outcomes exist in front of you at every moment. It depends on your current perspective that dictates what choice you're going to make, what you're actually going to see in front of you, the reality that you're continuing to create. So you can choose to create something different. So I hope this makes sense for you guys. This is a concept that has been so enlightening to me and has changed so much for me in my life. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. It's one of the things that I really enjoy talking about. So if you guys have any questions on it or anything like that, definitely leave that in the comment box down below, and hopefully I can answer that in a future video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Love you guys so much. Sending you guys so much love and light.